loyalty, hustle, respect. Minus the last two. It is par episode 7 of season 1. And we have got quite an interesting episode. We've got the penultimate episode of season 1. And we kick off the episode essentially with Tasha explaining to all our stuck up mates that how her and Ghost met. Nothing really mental going on here. Just, oh, he had a gun in the glove compartment, then I put it in my handbag, but the officers didn't search me. And then after this, he bought me a diamond ring. Very good. And it's interesting to know that Tasha's only 30, and you're going to assume this happened like 10 years ago. So I'm going to assume Ghost must be like mid 30s or approaching 40 at this stage of the game. We then kick off with another montage with him and Angela. And I tell you what, like these wee spicy scenes, like, I mean, they have to be. Obviously, like, some stuff they film and obviously they don't do anything. That's most stuff. But I mean, this was like borderline. Like, here, these two must be getting it on. Like, you'd almost think that Angela and Ghost would be in a relationship in real life to like film this. But I kind of like that bit part. It is very, you know, vulgar and straight to the point and all that good stuff. And you get to see a lot of diddies. So I'm not complaining too much, especially Big Angela, because she's a fucking broster. But I mean, I guess you could say maybe it's getting a bit repetitive, but who cares about this? Her sister, Paz, then confronts Angela's like, oh, what you doing? And she's like, oh, I've rekindled things with Ghost. And she's like, what? And he's like, well, how about you bring him to dinner? So, how are we going to see that go down? Who knows? But then, we see Tommy, he goes meets with a bunch of Russians in this like sauna. And obviously a sauna is roasting. And Tommy's sitting in there with his leather jacket. I thought this was actually a really funny, sweet scene because the sweat is absolutely dripping off him. And when I say dripping off him, I mean dripping off him. Tommy and Ghost don't really know who's the next guy to blame for all these attacks. So Tommy's like, we gotta do something. So Tommy goes to Diaz, and these two essentially come up to the conclusion that it has to be Rolla is the one that's wiped him out. What's this group called? The R2Ks? They've always had beef with my crew. So apparently Diaz always had beef with them. Who really knows at this point? We do have Tasha and Sean getting a wee bit closer here. Who knows what this is going to do? We've got Nomar in the safe house. He's kind of doing his own thing. This episode, not an awful lot going down. He does mention the fact to Angela that those two crews were beefing, which kind of points the FBI and Angela to Rolla. We then have Tommy pulling up at some guy's house. His house is weird. I didn't catch this guy's name. Splits, was it? Something like Splits. But this he plays Marlowe in The Wire. So I like the fact that this show has got like loads of actors and people that we know. I feel like that helps an awful lot. But essentially, in the conversation between Ruiz and Tommy, it's pretty much Rolla is going to get killed here. There is no two ways about it. And the FBI are also onto it. And when Tommy confronts Ghost about it, Ghost just doesn't seem that bothered. He's sitting there, he's got the gun. You think, does Ghost really have what it takes to pull? I'm not saying he doesn't have what it takes to pull the trigger, but is his head in the right place to actually do this? I wouldn't be too sure about it. He then phones Kanan, and that's like the first interaction we really see between these two, like phone call. Wise, Kanan confirms that the woman in the pink shoes done it, and it had to be Rolla who ordered her to do it because he went down to Miami a few weeks ago, or was it a month ago, something like that. So this put the final nail in the coffin for Ghost. He's like, fuck it, it has to be that bastard. It has to be. We then see Paz and Angela, they're cooking, but then Ghost phones him, says that he's busy, he won't be able to attend the dinner. But he's having dinner with old rich guys instead, because of course, Truth's expansion, with these guys, I just did not care for this. This is where the episode, in my opinion, drastically, like, sucked. I would go as far as saying it sucked. You've got Tasha talking to two, like, older white women, and then you've got Ghost talking to these guys, and it's just like, what? And then his wife's like, Ghost doesn't have to agree to anything. And it's like, Tasha, know your role and shut your mouth. Let your fucking husband take care of the business. and he kind of calls her out on it, which I enjoyed to a degree. But these scenes don't do it for me. I don't mind the nightclub business. I don't, but not these old bastards, man. This does nothing for me. It really, really doesn't. I do not like this whatsoever. Angela Nomar talking again, definitely pointing it towards Rolla, but obviously the FBI are yet to act on this, which will obviously be crucial. Tommy's freaking out. He doesn't think Ghost is going to do what has to be done, but then Ghost is. He takes the subway, he's walking through the snow, he goes into Rolla's house. Rolla opens the fridge, and the light of the fridge shines on Ghost, and Ghost's like, "So we're going to get 10 inches tonight." And Rolla's like, "Is that so?" He's like, "I'd offer you a drink, but I know you'd say no." And then Rolla's like, "So obviously you've still got your doubts," and Ghost's like, "No." He's like, "Nah, come on, Ghost. If you didn't have your doubts, I wouldn't be sitting down having a drink with you," which is absolutely on the money. Let's be real. Then Ghost is like kind of zoning it, man. He's like, "Oh, what's going on here? My name's Ghost, and I'm absolutely zoning it." And like he's just replaying the conversation over and over in his head. 10 inches, 10 inches tonight. It's like, is that what he thinks he's gonna fucking deliver to Angela's front back door, or something? He ends up killing Rolla. Then the FBI show up, and they're kind of like, too late, Angela, and all the crew, Angela. What's it? What's Angela's Ned? It's not even Ned. I don't know. But then get like a bit of an end of montage. Ghost is like stripping down in this like warehouse, like storage lock. So obviously, when he commits these crimes, he must store his clothes here or something, which is quite interesting. Ghost then turns up at Tommy's door, says it's done, gives Tommy the gun. But as this is going on, Ghost is kind of skeptical about talking about this because Tommy's girlfriend's like sleeping over, and he's like, nah, she's sleeping. Turns out she's not sleeping. Will this be an absolute disaster for these guys? I would not be surprised. Then Ghost talks to Angela and says, I wanted you to be at that meeting with the nightclub people, the infestors, not my wife. Again, I'm intrigued to see how this is going to go down. How long are they going to drag out this Ghost and Angela relationship? I think I guess that she is going to figure out at the end of season 2. I've no idea how it's going to go down, but you cannot drag it out any longer, in my opinion. And then we see Kanan sitting down in prison. I like the fact that we ended the episode with this big bastard. And it turns out he is the one who's actually been calling all the shots, and he is the guy with the pink shoes. Damn it. Well, I'll say he's the guy with the pink shoes. He's the one ordering the girl with the pink shoes to do all this stuff. So, fuck. What's this going to spell for Tommy? What's this going to spell for Ghost? Kanan making these moves. He's getting out soon. He's got his son in the play. God damn. It was an intriguing end to the episode. I'm going to give it a 7. Could have been an 8. But I feel like the whole old guys and Ghost talking really took away for the episode for me. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get an 8 out of 10. Up next, season finale. Looking forward to it. But until then, peace.